fight out for 5th place. But first, the national anthems of both nations.
E vamos entoar o hino nacional do Malawi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please all stand for the national anthem of Malawi. Vamos entoar o hino nacional de Uganda. And now for the national anthem of Uganda.
Looking on ahead of the action, Uganda's coach Angelo Scherins, but it's Malawi's Awili Kumalambe who makes a couple of changes. In comes Eddie Jamu in goal, a first start ahead of first choice Justin Piri. No shock then, Lucy Sadi and Dalla Simba leading the line. The 5 goals that Malawi have scored have come through their number 10 and 11. It's a first start as well for Watson Fraser. Lasting tucked in behind in a 1-2-2. With rolling subs, plenty of opportunities for the rest of the squad to get in on the action. It's Captain Lucy Sadi. Shakes hands with Ali Deme, a referee, and his Egyptian assistants. Baker Lukuya, also the number 10, captaining the Sand Cranes of Uganda. So for Angelo Schierinci, it's a first start for Paul Lule, the number 6. The goals have come from their captain Baker Lukuya and Lubwama, but in main, the number 9, Brian Nakubi, with 5 goals in the tournament. The most important was the 4 he struck against Madagascar in that 6-3 win that took them into this playoff. It could have been different for Scarinci and his Sand Cranes. If Egypt had lost their penalty shootout against Madagascar, Uganda hadn't shipped so many goals against the Egyptians and Senegal, there might have been a route to the last four, but as it is, leaky defence has really put them out of contention to at least repeat their fourth place from a year ago. So underway here, fifth place at stake. Uganda first to kick off. It's an early attempt for Lukuya, as he dealt with Eddie Jamu, his first touch of this competition. Eddie Kibirije down low and almost put in trouble there by his captain, just managing to hold off Dalla Simba. The keeper can take hold of a back pass as long as another player subsequently takes a touch. Well, in fact, two in a row. It didn't reset. Just for clarification, unlike 11s, they can handle back passes, goalkeepers, once during their team's possession, but it's considered a reset when the opposing team has the ball. And that meant the ball back from Dalla Simba sees Uganda with an excellent chance. Shows that he's not been in possession of the gloves. Rusty. And chance for Uganda. Ryan Nkubi looking to add to his 5 goals. Painful enough for Malawi. The Flames goalkeeper wasn't even under pressure. Just showing you have to be fully aware. Strike comes in. Oh, it's off the post. Malawi get away with what was a sloppy understanding of the rules. Oh, a lovely little flick. Kibere J wide to the challenge. Coming together. Kuya takes a face full of sand. Dalla Simba, the referee happy to let things go on. Almost the opener. Rustles the nets at the wrong side. Gets a second chance to try and clear. Paul Lule has mentioned his first start of the tournament. A chance for Scarinci and his opposite, Lambi, to get some players. Time obviously rolling subs, so a chance for all to get in on the action. Fine take by Jamu, quickly out. Claims for handball. Oh, it's a poor pass back. As you can see, the challenge on the sand. Trying to dig the ball out. Jamu gives his thanks to his captain, Sadi. Oh, it's almost curled in. Just see the spin on the ball. Quickly at the other end. Oh, how is this still 0-0? Off the crossbar and out. It's been an action-packed opening period at one end. Chances for Uganda, and then Malawi absolutely clattering the bar. That's clear from a referee. Demi of Senegal. Making clear it was a pullback that he was getting penalised for, and already movement on the Sand Cranes bench. bar. Looking on is Joshua Lubuama. Prepares for an early introduction. A chance now for Watson Fraser, who was felled, to take his chance. Well, they seem to be enjoying cracking the woodwork more than getting a goal. Exhilarating start, but somehow no goals. Ball looped long, it's one, but just clearing the crossbar. Long throw, very useful tactic. Dug out. Well, it's a brilliant pick out from Watson Fraser. Himself just having hit the bar, but Sadi cleared it. Just need a bit more composure in front of goal. They're desperate, these two sides, not to leave in 6th place. Well, Uganda look to try and get this going quickly. Long ball to the back post. Oh, he was shaping up there, Paul Lule, for the volley. Stoppage there. So Fraser, Perry Jr. on his back. Had his chance from the penalty off the bar. Certainly the woodworks have been worked hard.
And now, shooting for Malawi.
Well, a wild effort. As should be a chance now for Joshua Lubuama to come on. He's waited patiently. There's also movement from Jonathan Kikonyogo. Uganda's goal from Nkubi. Kuya with two. Lubuama and Kawawulo getting singles themselves. Incredibly, Uganda's first competitive match was December 2014, a 6-5 win over Zanzibar Sand Heroes, who will be a Sand Hero here in Vilankulo. The ball just wouldn't catch up in the sand. Well, Uganda, it was their first major tournament a year ago in the BAFCON. They lost their opener, as they did in this tournament, to Senegal, though on that occasion 5-1 rather than the painful 10-1 opener. It was a victory over Tanzania that took them into the semi-finals. DR Congo having withdrawn. Just the two matches, much like Nigeria in this edition. Thankfully the competition has bounced back from that disappointment to still put on quite a show, and the best that Africa has to offer from beach football. Sadi certainly trying to bring the acrobatics. If you were making a highlight reel of the tournament, certainly the flick up and overhead kicks have been spectacular. We might get one here. Does get it up and over Dalla Simba, but can't hit the target. Launch long. Certainly if you're watching 11s football, you're waiting for offside flags. Doesn't take a genius to work out that isn't the case, beach football, so a nice throwback to the goal poaching of younger times, playing with jumpers for goal posts. You can see Sadi trying to work some space, but the aim of either the Flames or the Sand Cranes not targeted on the goal. Both keepers have been throwing themselves about, but they haven't had to do too much. Enough of a touch there from Gebereje. The referee quick on the scene. Decision going against Arnold Laston. So I bounce up there. Laston right on the shoulder of substitute Ambrose Kigozi. Direct effort. Well wide. We have seen some crackers as we see Skirinsi, 49-year-old, just 11 days shy of his 50th birthday. Could be an early present with victory in this match. Oh, a lovely little dummy. It didn't overly concern Eddie Jamu, who makes a fine save. Well, here's a worrying sight for Malawi. Brian Nkubi with 5 goals, steps off the bench. He watches on as his captain Lukuya just lifts his left-footed effort over. Chance to volley from distance! Well, they're getting closer. Fine strike from Lubwama. He gets back to cover his goalkeeper. Posing figure. Just flash wide of Jamu's post. Good strength from Arnold Laston. Still managed to get the shot away on the spin. Strong from the goalkeeper. Loose ball there though, and it is the opener. Finally, it comes after incessant pressure at both ends, but Dalla Simba, with his 3rd goal of the tournament, brings up the opener. Fine strike, the inside of his boot. It was a loose ball that he gobbled up. The Flames heat up as Malawi lead by 1-0. Huge significance for Malawi. They lost both their matches, of course, in the group stage. And what a clearance off the line to protect their lead. Bodies on the line. The ball holds up, well, almost for Piri Jr. The song says put your hands in the air. Not the need from Eddie Jamu. Got his hands low. From the touchback, quick ball to try and release the run of Dalla Simba. But well marshalled. Protecting the ball off the bench, Isaac Kajam. Long throw. Oh, tries for the spectacular. Flung himself at that.
Simba.
Plays Piri Jr. But now the Cranes. Well, the keeper's come a long way, but he does stick to his task. Jamu. Frustrating time for Lukuya and co. The golden shirts, the Sand Cranes of Uganda. Gets to the line. Just a hopeful thump across goal. Kajam able to either hit the target or find a teammate. That's a lovely ball to release. The captain, but he sliced it wide. Baker Lukuya has done everything but score. Let it run onto his left foot, opened his body, but just wide of the post. And Malawi clean through. Unfortunately unable to make the opportunity to count. Chance for the equaliser. Not coming at one end. Instead, it's Malawi who cut through to give themselves a 2-goal advantage. Watson, Fraser, Perry Jr. The right place at the right time. Strike coming in from Kajam. And after the ball was saved by Kiria, it fell beautifully for the man making his first start, and he marks it with a goal. Well, Malawi 2-0 up, although in beach soccer things can change very quickly. As mentioned, Malawi led twice against the hosts Mozambique on match day 1, only to lose 4-1, 4-2 I should say. Distractive, I think, in Uganda, might have got there first of the afternoon, but again it's high and over, as it is just moments later. Frank Umwen Lupembe making his way on, unable to find the target. Couldn't manage to hold off Bolule, but he does win the throw. Oh, what a save that is! Extraordinary reflexes to deny Dalla Simba a second. Well, a quite stunning save. And how vital might that be in the final summary of the match? Malawi really enjoying themselves out there. For the moment, it's been a struggle for Uganda, not in making chances, in taking them. Malawi have certainly started to find their clinical edge as the Flames take a 2-goal lead into this end of the first period of 3. Dalla Simba and then Fraser Perry Jr. with the goals that give Kumilambe's men a fine lead to protect. You can see how much this means to Malawi. The bench straight in the ears of the players. Need to maintain focus, but it started off with the woodwork getting some treatment. May need to be repainted. They've been struck so often. That one from Baker Lukuya, the captain. And then from the penalty spot, Perry Jr. cracking the upright too. But then a loose ball, and finally the net rustled. Dalla Simba with a lion's roar, putting the Flames a goal to the good. No chance for Mehdi Kabirige. Then the number 1 came on, but no difference. Kiria beaten this time by Fraser Perry Jr. He was on hand to slam home his first start of this tournament and marking it with a goal. Well, plenty of work to do for Angelo Schierinci. Just took the job in September this year, but led Uganda to a first ever bronze as the prestigious COSAFA Cup was won by Senegal. Swiss, an ex-player and coach of the Swiss beach team, but also highly decorated for his time with Tahiti. He led the island nation in 2013 to the World Cup. If that wasn't enough, he took them to 4th, honoured with the Tahitian Order of Merit. Well, Uganda, a landlocked country, yet it does boast plenty of stunning beaches along the coast of Lake Victoria. It began to put more focus on beach soccer in 2019, so it's some rapid improvement in the last 3 years, COVID included. Uganda Beach Soccer Association Chairman Deo Mutabasi said really made huge strides. And from a recreational sport, trying to create a league that will give them a formidable team. They certainly did that on their debut last year, finishing 4th. They've not shown their best side in the first period. That's another wayward effort from Isaac. Can Uganda rediscover their groove? Or will Malawi make this 2-goal advantage count? Oh, that's a stunning save to deny Isaac from giving Malawi an extension to this 2-0 lead. Quick corner. Dalla Simba wants it back. Deflected over. Pooley deflecting over and then placing it down. The ball whipped long for Dalla Simba. Exhilarating thing about beach football, goals can come from anywhere. We did see already a quite stunning goal from Senegal's legendary goalkeeper and captain Ndeye. Scored from his own goal. Uganda living dangerously. They're not going to get a corner out of that. Well, captain Lukuya waiting to get back on, and he is now taking a seat. Wapuli twisting and turning. Nukubi, he gives it away cheaply. They just haven't had the... Well, it's a beautiful effort created out of nothing. Lukuya trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck, but he finds a fine save. Malawi's goalkeeper, who's now scrambling around, Justin Borongwe Piri. Didn't start the match. Number 1 back in as Malawi now very much have a lead to protect. That one drifts well wide from Ganazani and Fandi. Uganda look for a chance to half the deficit, uses the run, and now it's a lovely setup. Brilliant challenge from Mfandi. Just did enough to put off Lubwama. It's a lovely little ball that sat up invitingly. But at the other end, Malawi are just too clinical. Well, he takes the congratulations of the whole bench. Ganazani, Mfandi sneaking in. This was the setup. Fine strike from Isaac. It was well saved, but no protection for the Sand Crane, Samson Kiria. And Malawi have a 3-0 advantage. Well, can Uganda recover from this? Nakuya heads back on. Looking pretty despondent, the Sand Cranes. Looking for something different from the kickoff. What a save! Well, in fact, it's gone down. As Malawi's ball, did think it might have just then snuck up off the sand and wide. Option offered by Kirya. Ball placed wide by Kigozi. Deflected. Malawi happy to just clear anywhere. As the captain Usi Sadi prepares to re-enter. That one safely into the hands. The flick though, no chance for Jonathan Kikon-Yogo to attack as he now tries to press Isaac. Ball to nowhere. Uganda still have plenty of time. They really need something to get them going. Brilliant technique, very unfortunate. Nakuya, you wonder how he hasn't added to his 2 goals this tournament. And another chance here. This one on target. Switched on is Ongawe Piri. Well, the net rustles after the post was clattered, and Malawi are just dancing their way to 5th place. Uganda are going to have to do something special. Isaac off the post. And there was the captain, fantastic, Usi Sadi. Simba, Piri Jr., Ganazani, and now the captain Usi Sadi with his 4th of the tournament has given Uganda a mountain to climb, but one that they're willing to do. Brian Nakubi gets his scoring form back up and running. 5 goals in the group stage, his first of this playoff. Vital goal to stem the flow of Malawi goals. Now they need a bit of a run. Malawi with a 4-1 lead to protect. Such a clean, crisp finish from Nakubi, just to slide under the goalkeeper. They need more. There was support there for Nakubi from his captain Nakuya, but elected to try and just guide the header past the goalkeeper. Lovely little ball round the corner. The door slams shut on Sadi. Working back, Dalla Simba. Malawi work hard to not let this advantage slip, but there is a slip, and they should have been punished. On the spin, Oblen, Kuhula-Bam. Certainly was a bam, But Nkula Mba couldn't find the back of the net. 3 12-minute periods, so there's still plenty of time for Uganda. But Malawi have just looked so dangerous. Two goals in each period thus far. Uganda with just the one in this. Keeper's come a long way. He's done well as the two number 12s clashed. Kibirije Medi, along with number 1 Samson Kiria, have had a tough day at the office, and it could get worse. Well, almost the miss hit shot turned into a perfect assist. What a miss! With the goal at his mercy. Beach football clearly far more challenging, even from what looks the simplest chance you've ever had the pleasure of playing football on the sand. I'd certainly say it is a challenge, which makes the fair here so much more impressive. And a delightful curling and looping finish. Certainly got the goal to go with the moves like Jagger. No wonder it's all smiles for Ulumba. It's just a beautiful looping ball in nothing that Kibirije could do to stop it. He had the spin. And Malawi restore their 4-goal advantage. He gets a rest in order to take a moment to reflect upon his strike. And that's a fine strike, but Malawi keeping Uganda at bay. Just the one concession. And the Sand Cranes have seen their wings brutally clipped. Need their big players to come up. Trumps are certainly trying their best, along with Captain Baker Lukuya. Got a good read of that. No subtlety in terms of what's coming. That one just slides past the post. Lule back on to just guide it towards goal, but it didn't get the fortune. Curled away rather than into. Isaac doing well to pick up, tried to get the return. Poor touch, bouncing hard off Lukuya. The long-range effort over the bar. Uganda really need a run of goals. Lovely flick, but it's well read, although a push means it will be a penalty. The second one for Uganda. The second of the match, I should say. Malawi had one in the first period. Watson Fraser Piri Jr. crashing it off the bar. Now Uganda's chance. They need this surely to go in. Just a clarification for Justin Piri. Deep intake of breath for Lukuya. And it's a beautiful finish. Cool as you like. In the heat here of Vilankulo. The Cranes trying to heat things up against the Flames. Sending the keeper the wrong way. A long way to go, but time on their side.
Malawi 5, Uganda 2.
So 5-2. Nakubi and Nakuya, unsurprisingly, the main route back for the Sand Cranes. Excellent block there. Nakuya uses his goalkeeper, and now can Uganda find a way to put Malawi under pressure? The Flames have looked so calm and relaxed, even in their 2 defeats in the group stage. They've kept the faith, just unable to turn that in. Piri Jr. wanting to add to his goal that made it 2-0, but at the other end, Uganda finally have a bit of momentum. Lovely ball from Nakuya. That is a fine finish. Opened his body up. There was no stopping Sharifu Abuli from getting Uganda back within 2. So 5-3. I did mention that beach football can be hugely topsy-turvy. Sore one there for Justin Piri. Bit of a late challenge. I think it's more the sand rather than anything physical. As Skirins has a quick word with his captain. I think he did well to pull out, to not make physical contact. Talking of contact, those posts at both ends have seen plenty of work. The Sand Cranes won bronze at the recent Kosafa Cup. Played as guests along with winners Senegal and Mozambique, defeating the defending champions 8-7 before settling for a brilliant bronze. No podium finish on this occasion, but they're desperate to try and finish 5th. It's Malawi, though, in pole position. Can the Flames maintain the heat, or will Uganda blow them out? Oh well, they're gonna certainly have a big job to stop Malawi scoring again. That was a fine hit from Isaac. Well, that one almost looping in. No touch though. Needed an intervention from the goalkeeper's throw. Does well there, Lukuya. That's very unlucky. Had to get there first, but it's just gone through both teammate and goalkeeper. Corner kick. Get another chance. Piri Jr. again, but a heavy touch. Gives the ball back to Uganda. They've got 20 seconds of this second period to go. Can they strike again? What a save. Wasn't as much power on the effort from Lukuya. Piri able to just readjust and push it wide for the corner. Only seconds remaining of this period. They want to hit this quickly. But wide. Strike coming in from Frank Wenalumpe. The final action of the second period. Malawi's lead has been cut, but they still hold the advantage they had after the first period. A 2-goal advantage with just 1 period to play.
Uganda 3. festa. Mas logo temos Egito, Morocco.
Well, they kept going as they had in the first period, Malawi. The strike from Isaac, but on the spin, Ganizani with the goal. Well, that was 3. This was 4-0. Sadi this time, the man on the rebound. Again, Isaac, the instigator. But finally, Uganda found an answer. And who else but Brian Nakubi? He's been on fire this tournament for Uganda, and how the Sand Cranes needed that one. Malawi, though, remaining so confident, and this was just glorious. Wonderful finish. Stepping off the bench, Nick Ulamba, and just curling it in. But Uganda are not giving up without a fight. A penalty allowing Captain Lukuya to finally get off the mark. And then a fine work goal between the captain and number 4, Sharifu Upuli, with a fine side-footed finish into the top corner. Means there is some hope for Angelo Schierinci and his Sand Cranes. Well, fascinating character, Schierinci. As a club player, won the Swiss Championship and Swiss Cup. As a player coach of the Sable Dancers, as well as some time in Italy with Lazio and Pisa beach soccer teams. It's in coaching where he's really made a huge impact, writing a textbook on beach soccer for FIFA, and helped implementation and coaching training the beach soccer in Mauritius, Cote d'Ivoire, Solomon Islands, Iran, Oman, and of course, it was most synonymous with, other than Switzerland, Tahiti. But now looking to take Uganda to the next level. Hasn't quite happened at this tournament, but a 5th place finish would still be a good achievement to add to their 4th place last year. But Malawi are really enjoying their debut as beach soccer continues to grow with the enthusiasm of the continent, really buying into the concept. A spectacular day out, especially you get to visit places like Vikulo. Perfect venue for what has been a fantastic tournament. And now the knockout football. Semi-finals to come after this match. Host Mozambique in repeat of last year's final against Senegal, the 6-time winners. And then a North African derby between Morocco and Egypt. But before then, Malawi and Uganda fighting for 5th place. The Flames with a 5-3 lead over the Sand Cranes. Suddenly some tension in the air for what has so long looked like a Malawian stroll. Cleared away. Just spinning around. And a loft. Oh, what a goal! That could be vital. Put his foot through that, didn't he? Joshua Lubwama. Wonderful technique. Ronaldo-esque.
Para Malawi, 4.
But off the sands of Mozambique, all the more impressive. A second of the tournament for Luwama.
4. Uganda.
Well, the 9th goal, an engrossing contest. That's Uganda now scored 3 without reply. Certainly, whatever Coach Scarinci has been saying, it's starting to work. Well, he was down, but not out. But the post, the scourge, mostly of Uganda. Nakubi was not giving up on that, but just couldn't find the equaliser. Perry Jr. hitting the deck. Certainly not a soft landing. Just a little bit too tight there. Luwama scored an absolute stunner to make it 5-4. And now providing an opportunity for Perry Jr. Absolutely caked in sand down his left side. He's not concerned with that. He's concerned with trying to add to his goal already today. Fine save. Well, that just trickles wide. The follow-up from Dalla Simba. Well, the other end, just wait to see who that's gone against. I think it's against Uganda, I'm assuming. Sees not quite the funny side of it, but decision going the way of Malawi. Foul on Martin Biliati. Well, there's a bit of concern now for Willie Kumilambe's side as they prepare to bring back on Arnold Laston. That one dribbling all the way through. Dominant header. Uganda's ball off the chest. Just lost the fight of the ball. Kuba now trying to get back in position, but Malawi, there was a chance there. Now Uganda in behind. Can they find a leveler? He went for a goal, Nakubi, when there was a chance to try and find the head of Lukuya. No free kick. Lukuya linking. And that's a beautiful ball back. What a save. Uganda were sure they'd levelled. Some of the attacking play has been terrific, but the goalkeeping has been world class. Lukuya, that one drifts away though. And now Malawi, a 3-on-2. Uganda aren't too concerned. They're the ones needing to be more aggressive. Now a spin from Lula. Lule back to his goalkeeper. Long throw. The flick down. Tries to dig it out of the sand. Cleared away. Sadi back on, trying to show some strength, but it's a hard one against Lule. Malawi to do a lot of defending here. Oh, it's a beautiful ball back! How has that not got its way past? Brilliant goalkeeper from Eddie Jamu. Uganda knocking at the door. Well, he was so calm and collected, and yet Umwama just slicing it wide. The goal at his mercy. Strong challenge from Lule. The official's happy with that. Well, not for the first time. Shirt tugging from the Sand Cranes. Sending on Charles Ndovie. Isaac Fact coming on. Number 4. Dalla Simba taking a rest. So just under 8 minutes remaining as that one goes into orbit. See it bobbling around out of the stadium. Someone just going to retrieve that, thankfully. More than one ball on offer. Long throw, but he's straight into his other goalkeeper who's fumbled it, but makes amends. Eddie Jamu made the trouble, but for the moment, he took responsibility. The goalkeeper gets away with it, but it's a lovely flick. Well read though. Just foot of the goalkeeper. Long throw. Spectacular but fine defending. Stood firm. Flicks off the head of Arnold Lastin from Nakuya's ever acrobatic effort. Referee's whistle stopping Ambrose Kigozi in his tracks. Yeah, and Isaac just getting a little telling off. Nothing majorly untoward. That one just flashes past. It's going to be retaken. A similar outcome. 5-4. If it does end in a draw, we'll have 3 minutes of extra time. Penalties if necessary. Malawi not happy. I'm sure why they've been penalised. See there, sort of half rugby tackle from Pierre Jr. Players never think they've committed a foul. Exactly why. Team of officials are here led by Ali Demi. Also Egypt pair Ani Farouk El Iraqi, Ahmed Elwan. No foul. That one just sliding past. Fine effort from distance. They look to get Brian Nakubi back on. They need another goal at least. Still have just over 6 minutes to find it. Strong challenge coming in from Mwene Lupembe. Penalised for it. And he looks like he's about to rev up the engine and hit the highway. Will it be the highway to an equaliser? Instead, it's played short. Better angle, but really brilliant working back by Mwene Lumpembe. Malawi desperately holding on to this advantage. They had it all their own way once they'd taken the lead. But Uganda have rediscovered the form that made them 4th place last year. Safa Cup bronze medalists a month ago. Now looking to tie this game up. It's amazing that it took so long for the first goal when the Post and bar were doing most of the goalkeeping work, but that's showing how impressive the four goalkeepers have been throughout this match. Justin Piri and Eddie Jamu swapping for Malawi, and Samson Kiria, Kirabeji Medi, all at different times. And we come up trumps. Fine save on this occasion from Samson Kiria. Just couldn't save it from the corner. So Isaac gets ready to try and pick out a teammate. Not got much to aim at for sure. Malawi want to be wary of any counter. It goes direct. Comes back to Isaac. Gets a shooting opportunity. Nakuya doing well. The referee's keen eye not being sold by the collapse of Nakubi. Instead, it's a free kick to Malawi, which shows how well they've been defending. They've not dived in or shown a lack of discipline. And in fact, it's the first yellow card of the match. Ali Demi feeling that the caution needed to be shown. Wondering as much for persistent fouling from Uganda than specifically just Kubi. Arnold Laston. Can the Flames last until the end with this solitary goal lead? Trying to add to it, but the ball might have been bobbling. But no problem. Lakuya. Fine strike, but blocked all the way back into Malawi hands. That one just flashed wide. What an effort from Sadi. Back into the action, the captain. Well, this time it is a penalty. A look of dismay on the faces of their coach, Kumalambe, goalkeeper Jamu, as well as the penalised Arnold Laston. Nakubi booked just before for being the aggressor as such. This time he is the fallen. And a huge opportunity. Well, the first penalty for Malawi, they struck the crossbar through Piri Jr. Uganda struck through Lakuya from the spot. And now it's their top scorer in the tournament, Nakubi, who could get them level for the first time since the first period. Oh, he's cleared the bar. Well, you can try and see the funny side of it, but that is absolutely amazing. Nakubi has been deadly through this tournament. He got his 6th of this 2022 Africa Beach Cup of Nations. But a 7th hasn't been forthcoming. And that could be a really important miss. We'll wait to see if it comes back to haunt them. And the Sand Cranes number 9. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Lakuya, beautiful flick away from Isaac, and there's a man over. Finds it beautifully. But he can't find the back of the net, to the frustration of the Flames on the sidelines. It was a brilliant pick out as Uganda Looked for that priceless equaliser, but blocked out. What a miss by Mwene Lupembe. But he's hovering again in the middle this time. Why we go direct from Isaac. He does win the ball back at least. That strike wild from Sadi. Real tension here. Just over 2 minutes of the third period. And it looks like Uganda's Swiss coach, Schiarinci, is going to potentially suffer defeat. A 6th place finish. Certainly be under his expectations after that bronze medal at the Koskafa. He was a Russian champion in 2018 with club team BSC Krystal. Now trying to galvanize his Sand Cranes for one last push. Sadi. More warning shots for Uganda. They've got to throw caution to the wind. Claims for a foul from both sides. Falls on deaf ears. Header down. Well, the beats of Nkonfwa play on. Uganda need another goal to at least take this to extra time. Malawi looking to clinch it. But it's almost like it was at the beginning of the match. Wayward shooting. And how much will that Nkubi penalty miss come back to haunt Uganda? Just 1 minute remaining. The Sand Cranes have got to throw caution to the wind. Poor touch from the otherwise reliable goal source, the number 9, Nkubi. 45 seconds. Chance here, pins the defender. Oh, it's off the bar, not in. Drama right in the death. No goal for Uganda. Did everything he could to score. Ambrose Kigozi hitting the underside of the bar, but it bounced dramatically on, not over. But they've got an equaliser with 6 seconds remaining. And no wonder the celebration is muted. Just a recompense. Well, CDC's hopeful fortunate side pinned the defender, and on the spin, Nkubi wipes away the penalty miss with a last gasp equaliser. Second of the match, but a vital one. Now, Uganda having equalised with just 6 seconds remaining. Look to try and defend from this, from Malawi, but it's deflected. And that is that for normal time, but with just 6 seconds remaining, Uganda have forced extra time. Malawi looks stunned. Uganda focused on making that last gasp equaliser mean something come the close. So a 3-minute golden goal extra time. followed by penalties if necessary. Unlike football, the professional 11s, penalty kicks directly decided by sudden death rules. So if this was a pressure cooker before, heat has been turned up on the flames as well as the sand cranes.
Portanto, per os 10 minutos de prolongamento, em caso continuar empatado, iremos ao desempate pela transformação de
Well, he's gone through the whole range of emotions. Schierinci. Now, the man who led Switzerland to 4 World Cups, including a surprise 2009 silver medal and 4th place with Tahiti in 2013. Can he finish off his first BAFCON with at least a 5th place finish? There was so much at stake trying to get to the semi-finals. The 2 finalists will take a place at the World Cup. Scalini taking on a bigger challenge in the long term. He and Uganda will hope. For Malawi, really has been a successful tournament for Willie Kumilambe. They haven't been disgraced at all, even despite 2 defeats in the group stage, as Isaac gets treatment. But they'll be absolutely heartbroken if they fail to finish 5th, having led at one stage by 5 goals to 1. But Uganda just little by little nibbled into that lead, and they really punctured what would have been celebrations for the Flames at the final whistle with an equaliser with just 6 seconds remaining.
extra time at the Glucose Arena with the scoreboard still saying Malawi 5, Uganda 5. And for second game of the afternoon, we'll have Egypt facing Morocco. And for the last but not least,
So extra time.
we'll have Senegal versus Mozambique.
No real disappointment for the neutrals. It's been a fabulous match. You get that little bit extra. Uganda looking for something from the start. Malawi now on the move. Sadi cuts inside. His left-footed shot never really had any purchase. Lule. Likes to go back to his goalkeeper. Long throw. Back in goals. Kibirije Medi. Lofted forward, but read well by the captain. Sadi, and that is a second yellow of this match. Referees haven't had to be overly strict. A loose one there, the clearest fouling card you'll see. Lule just missing the ball completely. And Isaac, who already was getting some treatment before, hitting the deck again. Well, if you need a picture to give you ideas for a vacation spot, I don't think you'll get many better than that. Absolutely mesmerizing colors of the sea. Mozambique, in particular Bianculo, certainly selling itself to the world. Oh, well, if you've been keeping count, you'd have lost count now. How many times posts have been in action. The crossbar as well, there was that chance Uganda were desperate for a goal. Saw it come off the crossbar, on the line and out. It's been quite incredible. And Malawi again find themselves, as Uganda have, equally highly unfortunate. Isaac just punched away. Samson Kiria returns to San Crane's goal. Isaac on the move. 1-2. And lobbed in, and he's lost the flight of the ball! Well, Malawi from 5-1 to 5-5. And their captain, who looks like he's going to go off, will leave at this moment with a fortuitous lob. Well, he certainly bought his lottery ticket, but didn't expect his numbers to come up. But it slipped through the hands of Samson Kiria. And it's been a long time they've led in this match. It's only the final 6 seconds of normal time that they haven't led since they took the lead through Dala Simba in the first period. 8th minute, but suddenly they have a lead again to protect. Well, it slips through Justin Peary, but he gets the fortune of it sliding wide. Well, the players have been really put through it. Ganizani got Malawi's third. Looks like he's gone in for the massage treatment. Dead legs, strained muscles. The sand is not a surface kind. He was doing his best to block out Nakubi. Just testing himself. Ganier on his back. Azani. So half of extra time remains. 1 minute 20 now. Can Uganda fight back again? Ball cleared. Lule picks up. Well, will it be a heartbreak moment for Samson Kiria? Lost the ball, and it could be the winner. Oh, that's brilliantly done. Isaac just couldn't take it with him. Long throw. He just couldn't get the control necessary. Nakubi. Lule just edging out Isaac there. Once again running out of time. Lovely spin though! Oh, he's at it again. But he doesn't seem to have enough energy to celebrate, just enough to grab the goals that keep Uganda alive in this 5th place playoff. Brilliant touch. And left-footed, sliding it under Justin Peary. Well, he missed that penalty that seemed to have destined the San Cranes for 6th place, and yet he struck with 6 seconds to go. He's now struck again. There's about 35 seconds remaining, going by the far side clock, and it is 6 apiece.
To a tie, one more time, with Malawi 6, Uganda 6. Just as a reminder,
and the captain getting back on.
35 seconds. If the game finishes,
the squads have put themselves through it. Uganda's Kabirishi Medi back on, and this is for only the 2nd time in the match. Level once the scoring had started. A both times it's come late in the day, 6 seconds before the end of normal time, 35 seconds before the end of extra time. And are we destined for a penalty shootout? Well, it might not be. Took his time to get the spin on. Akuya, if he'd been a little sharper, might have got a shot away himself. Well, that could have been a big moment, but Lule, one felled by Pire Jr. Great strength from Lule. Happy to take the free kick instead of regulation football, where you might see advantage. There is big advantage in having a free kick and a clear sight of goal. So Lule ready to try and rev up. Taking their time, and now will strike for glory. But skips wide, and it will be penalties that will decide 5th and 6th place at this, the 2022 Africa Beach Cup of Nations. It's been a real corker between two well-matched teams. Uganda, in just their 2nd ever tournament, having finished 4th last year, now battling with debutants Malawi.
A pergunta que não se cala é a seguinte: quem será o sexto? Quem será o quinto?
In the conversation along with Martin Biliati.
No campeonato africano de futebol de praia.
So Justin Piri is going to be the man chosen. Bonongwe. So 6-6 in a quite dramatic match. Malawi were on top for so long. Uganda, little by little, found their sharp edge, although it was often for both teams, save for the woodwork. Cher saying she knows she's strong. Who will be the strongest here in Vilankulo? In the penalty shootout between the Flames of Malawi and the Sand Cranes of Uganda. A big moment for both these sides to finish this tournament on a high. Both would have dreamed of fighting for a higher placing, podium, maybe even a final. But in the end, despite it only being for 5th place, plenty of pride for the country. And after a real battle here in Vilankulo, want to leave the tournament on a winning feeling. So penalties to decide who between Malawi and Uganda will take 5th place. Lule, a little nod. He had the final chance that went well wide, How will he do from closer range? Well, he slams it down the middle. No problems. Plays a little tune. He certainly struck the right note there. No chance for Justine Bononwe Piri. Opuli looks on as he faces up to Eddie Jamu now. Looking to jam him up. Oh, he got the right way. But that one clattered almost everything as it bounced its way through. And Uganda in a commanding position. 3 from 3. And now it's huge pressure on Malawi. Wow, that one is fired over. And Malawi look crestfallen. Oblen. Nakulumba getting it all wrong. No wonder Samson Kiria looked delighted, and Uganda's greater experience certainly has come to the fore. And now a chance to finish things off. Eddie Jamu facing up. Needs to save to keep Malawi in it. But he can't. And it's all over. Kikozi, the man to finish an engrossing contest that Malawi led for so long. And yet in the end, Uganda took their time, but struck with 6 seconds to go in normal time, 35 to go in extra time for a 6-all draw. But Uganda winning out convincingly in the penalty shootout by 4 goals to 1. Uganda 4th last year,
with Uganda
Their
scoring
fifth
4 goals
here in
against 1
Vilankulo.
goal for Malawi. That consecrates them the 5th place of the African Cup of Nations.
Well, the 5th match, seeing Uganda take that. Next up, 10 minutes later, due to the extra time and penalties, Morocco against Egypt.